Here we go. Alright, so, wir präsentieren über das Deutsche Reich. Unsere drei Hauptwörter sind die Monarchie, Kolonialismus und Koalitionen. Ja? Die Gruppen für das erste Präsentation sind hier. Und das soll so einfach sein, als Herr Becker, Belgien, das kenne ich nicht. Herr Garner. Herr Garner hat Preußen. Herr Garner steht vor der Klasse. Er sagt, der König Preußens in 1848 ist Wilhelm I. Wilhelm I. ist der Vater des nächsten Königs, Friedrich III. Friedrich III's Frau ist Victoria, Prinzessin von England. Der nächste König von Preußen ist Friedrich II. Er ist Kaiser bis zu dem Ende des Ersten Weltkriegs. That's his presentation. Okay? He said, this is the first king, relationship to the second king, second king's name, reign, third king, done. Okay? Everybody understand? We're probably looking at Tuesday for that as our present date. So I'm going to give you some time at the end of class to start researching that information. Okay, good. We are going a little bit to the timeline now. We talked about our friend Leopold, right? In 1868, in 1868, the king of Spain, no, the queen of Spain, abdicates, meaning she gives up her spot as queen. She has no children, and the dynasty is deposed. That's a verb that we don't hear very often, to depose. That means it's no longer in charge. Okay, and then there's this waiting period, and they nominate Leopold as one of the candidates for king. That doesn't work out, but because of it is this German, in English, Franco-Prussian War. In German, Deutsch-Französischer Krieg. Kind of interesting that the Germans don't call it the Prussian-French War. They call it the German-French War. Okay, because it did involve more than just Prussia. It involved everybody, Bayern, and so there you see. Frankreich gegen den Norddeutschen Bund, that was the one that Prussia was leading, along with the kingdoms of Bayern, Württemberg, Baden, and Hessen-Darmstadt. Basically all of the future German Empire. Yes?
So is this the point where all of German areas start to come
Yes.
together?
Yes, this is 1870. Germans, the French declare war on Prussia. And then the Prussians ally themselves with the Bavarians and the Hessians and those from Baden and those from Württemberg, and they work their way west into France. Mr. Wallace. That's the North German Federation. That's that loose confederation of states after 1848 that Prussia was leading. Okay, they make their way all the way to Paris by 1870, and they are victors in Paris in, let me get my date right. The war started in July of 1870. Napoleon III's army is already defeated in August of 1870. So 1 month in, the Prussians have defeated the French on the front lines, the initial battle. Napoleon is captured and taken prisoner. Meanwhile, back in Paris, there's a revolution in France, and that revolution sort of kicks out Napoleon's government, declares a new socialist Third Republic. We're already 3 republics in France by this time. And by May of 1871, then we are seeing the picture just going to screw us all up. There. Okay? We are seeing this in the Hall of Mirrors at the Palace at Versailles. Okay? The declaration of the German Empire in 1871. Okay? Now, I'm going to go back, which is going to screw up our presentation when you try to watch it. So I should move that slide forward. I don't know, I kind of got this backwards. Some participation opportunities here for you. Wer ist das? Wer ist das? Herr Walls. Nein. Das ist Napoleon der Dritte. It's okay. It's not. You guys should never be expected to recognize him by their picture. Okay. That's Napoleon der Dritte, and he is what? Of what? Napoleon der Dritte. Ist der Staatspräsident, and then later ist Kaiser der Franzosen. Herr Hawkins, what does that mean then? Kaiser der Franzosen.
King.
Not quite.
But
Emperor of the French. Kaiser der Franzosen. Yeah? Kaiser Frankreichs. The Emperor of France. Good?
Will you say it again?
Kaiser der Franzosen. That's plural. That's the des der.
Okay.
Yes.
So we call France Frankreich?
In German, Frankreich.
Why do we call it Frankreich?
Why don't we call it the
It's
French
the French
Reich?
Empire.
Why don't we call it
they're
the...
not an empire?
They were.
They were. Yeah. Why do Germans call it that now? That's a good question. Just Frankreich,
I
Frankreich.
thought you were like asking me. Like,
No, I don't know that answer. I really don't. Okay? Next, we'll just jump through these so that you have them on your notes if you want to watch this before the test. Das ist Kaiser Wilhelm der Erste. Und ist Kaiser des what? Kaiser des Deutschen Reiches. Gut. Ist Kaiser von 1804 und... No, he's Kaiser from 1871 bis 1888. 1871, 1888. Good. Son of Friedrich Wilhelm der Dritte. Das ist Otto von Bismarck. Ist Kanzler des Deutschen Reiches. Yeah? From 1871 at the start, all the way until Kaiser Wilhelm II sends him packing. Right? Around the start of 1890. Okay? He's the old guard, and Kaiser Wilhelm wants the new guard in. Yes? Well, the king of Prussia became emperor of Germany when the German Empire formed. That's when his changed. Okay? We talked a little bit about the reforms that Bismarck enacted. That's Leopold. We did look up who actually became king of Spain. The Spaniards took the son of the king of Italy and made him their king. And he lasted as king of Spain for about 2 years. And then he abdicated. And they went a different route. They didn't have a king for a while until World War I. They had, I don't remember what they had. They had some sort of military dictatorship that wasn't a true monarchy. Okay? Das ist Kaiser of what? Österreich. Ist der Kaiser Österreich-Ungarns. Und heißt Kaiser Franz Joseph der Erste. He is Kaiser our entire span of our entire unit here. 1848 to 1916. Okay? Kommt aus der... Es ist eine lange Zeit. Yeah? And he comes from the Habsburg family. Okay? Dann kommt König Ludwig Der Zweite. Er kommt aus der Wittelsbach-Familie. Wittelsbach Dynasty. The Wittelsbachs were allowed to take the throne of Bavaria after Bavaria was granted kingdomship? Is that the correct word? Don't know. They were allowed to become a kingdom in the Peace of Westphalia, which ended the Napoleonic Wars at the beginning of the century. His family is allowed to be kings. He's the one that builds Neuschwanstein, like our poster. His father was the king before him, and his brother becomes king after him, because he does not marry, does not have any offspring. Okay? He dies in 1886, I believe. Okay? And then our out of order picture. Kaiser Friedrich der Dritte. Ist Kaiser für nur 99 Tage. Ja? Seine Frau ist
Tochter of Queen Victoria.
right. Ist die Tochter Queen Victorias. Und das ist in 1888. Und das ist die Königin Englands. Wie heißt sie, Gustavo? Victoria, gut. Und sie ist Königin von 1837 bis 1901. Ja?
Are we expected to remember all of these years?
Oh, no. Just few notes. Okay? Und das ist unser letzter Kaiser, Kaiser Wilhelm II. Okay? Some of my notes here say he let Bismarck go. He was reckless, he was provocative. He lost traditional allies like Austria-Hungary, the Ottoman Empire. He wanted German superiority. Other empires had their time. It was time for Germany. It was time for Germany's time in the sun. And other empires were going towards a parliamentary system, and he was going away from it. Deutsche Superiorität. Gut. Und das ist der Tsar, ja, Alexander II., 1855 to 1881, Kaiser von Russland, oder Kaiser Russlands. Er ist der Neffe von Kaiser Wilhelm I. Okay?